Tonight, the Philippines steps into a pivotal role as ASEAN chair. The region faces rising tensions, especially in the South China Sea. Manila's leadership in 2026 comes at a time of direct confrontations with China. As chair, the Philippines must balance its own maritime disputes with representing ASEAN's collective interests. This dual responsibility is a formidable challenge. The South China Sea will dominate the agenda, with Manila pushing for a rules-based order. The government aims to advance a long-delayed code of conduct and strengthen crisis management. Success depends on uniting diverse member states, some wary of confronting China. For the Philippines, this is more than routine diplomacy. It's a chance to shape regional security. Upholding international law, especially UNCLOS, is central to Manila's approach. The challenge, turning national priorities into a unified ASEAN stance. Skillful diplomacy will be essential to bridge economic and security divides within the bloc. The year ahead will test both the Philippines and ASEAN's ability to respond to unprecedented challenges. The world is watching as a new chapter for Southeast Asia unfolds. The South China Sea has become a flashpoint for repeated confrontations. Incidents between Philippine and Chinese vessels are now frequent and dangerous. The second Thomas Shoal, guarded by the BRP Sierra Madre, is a recurring hotspot. China's Coast Guard has blocked Philippine resupply missions, using water cannons and aggressive maneuvers. These actions threaten the safety of crews and escalate tensions. The impact goes beyond the region. Global trade relies on these waters. Instability here risks severe economic consequences worldwide. For ASEAN, these confrontations highlight the power imbalance and the difficulty of defending sovereign rights. Other claimants like Vietnam and Malaysia are watching closely, reassessing their own vulnerabilities. The incidents erode trust and complicate diplomatic solutions. They challenge freedom of navigation, a core principle of maritime law. Every ASEAN member must now reconsider its strategy in the face of growing pressure. ASEAN, founded in 1967, unites 10 Southeast Asian nations. Its core principle, the ASEAN Way, emphasizes consensus and non-interference. Leadership rotates annually, with the chair setting the agenda and hosting summits. The chair's power is limited. All major decisions require unanimous agreement. This consensus model ensures equality, but often leads to gridlock, especially on sensitive issues like the South China Sea. Members' differing ties to China complicate unified action. ASEAN statements are carefully worded, sometimes appearing indecisive to outsiders, yet this process preserves unity and prevents internal fractures. As 2026 chair, the Philippines must build consensus among members with conflicting interests. It's a delicate, diplomatic dance, balancing national priorities with regional unity. The challenge is to move beyond lowest common denominator agreements. The Philippines must find common ground to keep ASEAN relevant. Success means guiding the bloc through complexity without losing cohesion. The chair's role is as much about patience as it is about leadership. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled in favor of the Philippines, invalidating China's sweeping South China Sea claims. The decision affirmed Manila's rights under UNCLOS and provided a legal basis to challenge Beijing. China rejected the ruling outright, creating a diplomatic impasse. Within ASEAN, the ruling is divisive. Some members quietly support it, others avoid antagonizing China. As a result, ASEAN has never formally endorsed the tribunal's decision. Instead, the bloc calls for respect for international law in general terms. This ambiguity reflects deep divisions and complicates collective action. The Philippines, however, has made the ruling central to its foreign policy. As chair, Manila may push for greater recognition of the award, risking further splits within ASEAN. The challenge is to champion international law without fracturing the bloc. The 2016 ruling remains a flashpoint, both a tool and a test for regional diplomacy. How the Philippines navigates this will define its chairmanship, the stakes unity versus principle, and the future of dispute resolution in the region. The outcome will echo far beyond Southeast Asia. The Philippines' agenda as ASEAN chair is clear: progress on a South China Sea code of conduct. Talks with China have dragged on for decades, stalled by disagreements over scope and enforcement. Manila wants to inject urgency and achieve concrete results. Another priority: improving crisis management to prevent maritime incidents from escalating. Proposals include direct communication hotlines between regional coast guards. Preserving ASEAN unity is equally vital, as China's divide-and-conquer tactics threaten to fracture the bloc. A united ASEAN has more leverage in negotiations. Manila must consult widely, listen to concerns, and build consensus. The challenge is persuading members wary of provoking China while engaging Beijing constructively. The Philippines must defend its interests and international law, but also act as an inclusive leader. Success will be measured by progress on these fronts. The year ahead is an uphill battle, but the stakes demand bold leadership. The outcome will shape ASEAN's credibility and the region's stability. The Philippines pursues a dual strategy: diplomacy and deterrence. Manila keeps dialogue open with Beijing, signaling a preference for peaceful solutions. At the same time, it's modernizing its military and coast guard to build a credible minimum deterrent. The focus: better maritime awareness, new patrol vessels, and advanced surveillance. These upgrades are a direct response to rising tensions at sea. The Philippine Coast Guard now plays a frontline role, documenting incidents and protecting fishermen. This approach aims to enforce the law without escalating to military conflict. Diplomacy remains the priority, but it's backed by real capability. Balancing these tracks requires resources and careful political management. Manila must justify defense spending while reassuring neighbors of its peaceful intentions. The effectiveness of this strategy will shape events in 2026. The region's stability depends on Manila's ability to walk this fine line. The Philippines is strengthening security ties with key partners, led by its alliance with the United States. The Mutual Defense Treaty provides a crucial security guarantee, now reaffirmed for the South China Sea. Japan and Australia have also become vital partners, supplying patrol vessels and training. Joint exercises with these allies enhance readiness and send a message of collective resolve. These partnerships bolster Manila's deterrence and complicate any aggressor's calculations. For the Philippines, alliances are about defending international law, not choosing sides in great power rivalry. However, some ASEAN members worry about being drawn into US-China competition. Manila must reassure the bloc that its partnerships are defensive and support ASEAN centrality. Balancing alliance commitments with impartial ASEAN leadership is a delicate task. The Philippines must show it can be both a reliable ally and a unifying regional leader. Success means leveraging partnerships without undermining ASEAN unity. The world is watching how Manila manages this balancing act. The outcome will influence the region's security architecture for years to come. 2026 is a defining year for Southeast Asia. The Philippines' ASEAN chairmanship comes as regional stability and international norms are under threat. The South China Sea crisis tests the bloc's unity and effectiveness. Can ASEAN speak with one voice, or will divisions weaken its influence? The answer will shape the region's future: rules-based order or power politics. Manila's leadership is crucial, advancing the code of conduct, crisis management, and unity. If successful, it proves smaller states can manage complex security challenges together. The choices made this year will set the course for Southeast Asia's security architecture. The world is watching to see if the ASEAN way can endure. The stakes are high, and the outcome will resonate far beyond the region. The future of maritime security in Southeast Asia hangs in the balance.